Hey, today I'm talking about 3 of the 4 Bogie and Bacall films. They are a real-life couple that met on the set of one of these films and were kind of like a Hollywood power couple type of thing back in the day. So today I'm talking about Key Largo, To Have and Have Not, and The Big Sleep. First up is Key Largo. This is a 1948 film, and the basic premise is, I'm going to be a little vague because I think it's more fun if you don't know what's up. So Bogart plays this ex-captain or major. He ran a battalion of men, and he doesn't know what to do with his life after the war, so he goes down to the Florida Keys, where he purposely meets up with the family of one of his fallen soldiers. And whilst at their hotel, a storm's a-brewing, both literally and figuratively, and they have to deal with that. And I really like this film. I really loved Bogart's performance, as always, but he gave such a nuanced, interesting, like, more complex character that I really liked. And he kind of showed more of a weaker side, which that was really interesting. And then I thought, like, the conflict with the bad guys was also very interesting. There was great power dynamics there. The performances were really good with everyone. It was just a very well-told story. It also has some really good action, which I wasn't expecting, but like they definitely nailed that, especially the last kind of action set piece, if you will. Definitely blown away by that. And just, yeah, it was a good, solid film that I thoroughly enjoyed and would totally recommend. It's a good time. Next up is To Have and Have Not. This is a 1944 film. This is the film where they met, and you can definitely tell because the sexual tension between the two of them is palpable. So the basic premise is Bogart plays this sea captain. He normally takes out like fishermen, like rich people fishermen, to do rich fisherman stuff. But he comes on hard times, and because of that he gets a little desperate for cash and does some desperate stuff. I definitely really enjoyed the chemistry between Bogie and Bacall. I think that was great. I honestly could have used a bit more of that, if I'm being really honest. The story itself was pretty good and interesting. It was definitely a good, solid film. I just didn't quite push over into the really like category for me for whatever reason. It honestly could have just been a me on that day thing, that potentially on a different day I would have enjoyed this movie more. It's a little hard to say, but it's definitely a good film that I enjoyed a lot, and I would again still recommend it. This is an experience that I think others would also enjoy. And lastly is The Big Sleep. This is a 1946 noir mystery film, and the basic premise is this sick old man is being blackmailed by someone, and so he hires Bogart, who is a private eye, to investigate the person who's blackmailing him / make him go away. And whilst he's doing that, he uncovers a lot of stuff with the old man's daughters and all of their issues, and maybe a murder happens. And this is pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. My biggest issue is it was just a little hard for me to follow, to the point of like a cop friend asked Bogart like, oh, what's been happening? And Bogart just gives him like a rundown of the plot up until that moment. And I'm like, thank God, I needed that. Just because I was like, I'm not sure if I'm catching everything that's happening here. That's really my only issue with it, is that I was just a bit lost in all of the names and whatnot. I definitely still enjoyed the film. It's definitely a very beautiful film. I love the noir vibe in general, and just the cinematography here is awesome. And like always, Bogart gives a great performance. But yeah, just being a little lost kind of kept it in the quite liked. So it's still like a 4 out of 5 for me. So with that, I would still totally recommend it. It's a good, solid noir film that you would potentially be able to follow a little bit better than me. So yeah, it's good. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Key Largo sitting at number 12 in the really like section. And then after that is To Have and Have Not, sitting at number 16 in the quite like section. And then bringing up the rear is The Big Sleep, sitting at number 19. Also in the quite like section. And this is out of a total of 33 old movies so far this year.